Welcome back to Sports Corner. Thank you for tuning in. I've got my notes ready, so let's get into the numbers. Today we're talking about the Dallas Cowboys versus the New Orleans Saints. The Saints rode 4 touchdowns from running back Alvin Kamara and a near-perfect passer from quarterback David Carr to a dominating 44-19 victory over the Cowboys on Sunday. Alvin Kamara is the leading touchdown scorer for the New Orleans Saints all time. He had 4 on Sunday, 3 on the ground, which was a 5-yard, a 12-yard, and a 7-yard. He also scored on a 57-yard screen pass for a touchdown. Jamal Williams ran 8 carries for 39 yards, was a 4.9 average. Alvin Kamara himself ran 20 times for 115 yards, which was a 4.9 average. David Carr was 11 for 16 for 243 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, which his passer rating was a 125, and perfect, I believe, was a 158.3. So he was right on target with everything he was throwing. Shaheed, he had 4 receptions for 96 yards, which was a 24 average. Carl Ganderson had 1.5 sacks, and Alton Taylor had 8 tackles for the New Orleans Saints on Sunday. So let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott was 27 for 39 for 293 yards, 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. I'll give him 1 interception because the receiver did slip, but the second one is on Dak Prescott, forcing the ball down the field. Now the Cowboys were driving the ball at times, especially in the first half, but they were getting field goals. Why? Because they can't run the ball. Can't run the ball, it doesn't open up the pass action play. You've got to have these things in order to score touchdowns in the NFL. If you can't run the ball, if you don't have any pass action play, then you can't just throw balls down the field thinking you're going to catch them because they're going to be waiting on that. You have to design your plays and disguise things, but if you don't have a running game, you're never going to set up your passing game. So let's talk about this running back by committee, which is not working from the Dallas Cowboys. Rico Dowdle had 7 carries for 30 yards, which what, a 4.3 average. Ezekiel Elliott, he had 6 touches for 16 yards, which is 2.7. Deuce Vaughn had 4 carries for 11 yards, which is something like a 2.6 average. So your running back by committee is not working. You're putting one running back in one series and another running back in another series and then another running back in the third series, and by the time Rico gets a 4th series, he's cold. He's not getting nothing started. You have to get one starter in the game. Can't start Zeke one week, can't start Rico another week. You have to have one starter each and every week. Now we may have to bring Dalvin Cook off from the practice squad, which is probably the best idea right now because we're not doing anything. I'm thinking Dalvin Cook with Deuce Vaughn. You get Deuce Vaughn in the open field. You throw him left, you throw him right, hand him left, hand him right, maybe pitch left, pitch right. Get him some open space, and Deuce Vaughn will produce some more yards. But if you're not getting him in the game more often and he's coming in cold, he's not going to be effective. So I'm thinking Dalvin Cook with Deuce Vaughn is your running backs. That's where they should be. The rest should be let go or on the practice squad for future practice. So let's talk about the pitiful defense of the Dallas Cowboys. Let's see, the Saints had 35 points at halftime, which was the most by half by any Cowboy team in Cowboy history, I believe. I could be wrong. Let me know how wrong I am in the comments. Damone Clark had 5 tackles. Diggs had 4. Donovan Wilson had 5 tackles, 1 interception. Brandon Aubrey, which is probably the best part of the Cowboys, with 4-4 with a 52-yard long, and he scored 13 out of the 19 points for the Cowboys. Think about that, okay? The Cowboys are not good in the red zone. They struggle because they can't run the ball. It doesn't open the play action pass, so you're stuck with just Dak and shotgun or from underneath center and dropping back and throwing. Come on now. Defenses are going to be able to stop that all day long. All right, I have to admit maybe Jake Ferguson was missed a little bit, but I don't think Jake Ferguson in the lineup would have made a big of a difference because the Saints did score on 5 of their first 6 drives. That Cowboy defense is soft. They can't control the line of scrimmage on defense, so they're not going to be able to stop the run. If you can't stop the run, then teams are just going to keep running the ball, and then they're going to pack. And then as you start trying to figure out how to stop the run, and you pack that box with 8, 9 people trying to stop them, well, then your guys are left open on the ends, on the sides, and then you got little screen passes you can't stop because everybody's in the middle trying to stop the run, and they're passing the ball in the flat or down deep where there's nobody at. You can't cover. You can't do much of nothing. The Cowboys are in a bad shape right now, so let's hope it gets better. Thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and share this video.